Okay, welcome to Learning Module 5. As you might see from the background here, I'm at an arboretum in Nairobi. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon for strolling. And so I'm taking full advantage of online learning here. And this week we're going to talk about corporate social responsibility. So this is a good chance to think about applying our 7-step ethical decision-making process, like identifying stakeholders, right? Like corporations have stakeholders, like not only stockholders, but employees, families of employees, suppliers, the community that they live in. So if you start to think about it, who is impacted by the decisions that a corporation makes? So we're going to look at 3 different models of corporate social responsibility. There's the corporate citizenship model, which just means we want to be good citizens because we want to do good things. And then there is the social contract model, which also means we want to do good things, but it's because we feel an obligation to society, like society has enabled us to do what we do, and so we want to give something back. And then there is the enlightened self-interest model, which is that, well, it's going to be good for business if we're socially responsible because people will like us. It'll give us a competitive advantage in the market. We'll have a good reputation. It'll be good for our brand. So we're also going to look at the kind of difference between behaving in a way that's legal versus a way that's ethical versus a way that's socially responsible. So legal is kind of the lowest level, and okay, it's good to be legal, but it's kind of a higher level to actually be ethical, and it's even a higher level to actually be socially responsible. And one of the ways companies go about being socially responsible is something called a balanced scorecard. So a lot of companies do this now. They may not use that term, or they might, but a lot of companies now are measuring things besides financial performance. So why do they do that? Well, when you look at your financial performance, those numbers don't tell you how you got there. Okay, so companies want to know, well, what are the drivers behind financial performance? So it's things like maybe customer satisfaction, customer retention, our human capital, our intellectual capital, things that if you measure them, then you can affect them. Okay, so companies started tracking this kind of thing, and also not only things that directly affect financial performance, but other things that they might just care about. So they might care about the environment and sustainability. They might care about good governance. They might care about the working conditions for their workforce or conditions in the community where their workers live. So on the balanced scorecard, they would measure how are we doing in that area. Okay, because it's kind of like in baseball, if you don't keep score, you don't know whether you won or not. So they use this scorecard as a way to see, okay, how are we doing on the things that we care about? Okay, so corporate social responsibility, the good news is that socially responsible companies, as you'll see in the readings, the research shows that companies who rate high for social responsibility also tend to outperform the market in terms of financial performance. So that's the good news. Okay, enjoy, and I will see you online.